Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Namaste from India. I am Deepa Chatre, and on behalf of the Life Foundation, we bring to you Sustainable Development Goal number 5, Gender Equality, Women Empowerment, international webinar hosted by the chairman, the Life Foundation, and managing director, C8Tv, Miss Dr. VJE Caroline. So we bring to you various views from our eminent speakers, and we are also celebrating is as a part of the Women Day week. So may I now invite Professor Dr. VJ Caroline to share her views and a welcome speech, please. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Deepa, for inviting me. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all the wonderful dignitaries who gathered here and made this day a great day. Before the starting only, I'm expressing that the day will be a wonderful day because we have all the eminent speakers, intellectuals, who are wonderful heroes of the world, who are making the world more bright with their wonderful acts and the deeds. So a warm welcome to you all, ma'am, for joining us on C8Tv.net, a web channel. And also we are celebrating Women's Week, and today is the last day of our Women's Week, and all the 6 days have went on very extraordinarily. Every eminent speaker has spoke well and given us good opinions, their opinion, their views, insights. And so this brainstorming helped us to move ahead, and we all need to gather and work for the upliftment of the deprived women. So that is only my motto. And I started my Life Foundation to uplift the underprivileged and deprived women and girl children. We want to educate them. Our today topic is women empowerment, the wonderful topic. So SDG 5. We know all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and by 2030, UN want to establish all the goals in a perfect way. But we know the pandemic moved us back. We're almost like 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years we moved back. So, but now we have to strive hard, and we need to develop good plans that at best we have to accomplish by 2030 all the sustainable development goals, especially SDG 5. It is our duty, our responsibility as citizens of our nations. So we have to take up SDG 5, that is, we have to empower women wherever we are, whichever country we are. Especially Indian culture, if you observe that, Indian women, only few of the women are powerful and enjoying the comforts of all the laws, rules, policies, and they're benefiting a lot. But if you observe, majority of the women and girl children, they are deprived and they are existing in rural area. They're not having any kind of benefits. They do not even know what is meant by women empowerment. So that is the sadness of certain rural background. So it is our responsibility, even to the corners of the any corner of the any nation where we have noticed that women and girl children are in oppressed and depressed state, we have to pick them up, take up the awareness programs, educate them, and make them understand and realize the importance of their life. So it is our responsibility to enlighten them, make their life more bright and prosperous. We know, especially gender inequality, we are observing right from our childhood, and history also taught about the inequality. Though we reached to 2022, in 21st century, also we are noticing women are not enjoying the comforts of equality. One second. Okay. Then, one second. Okay, so it is our responsibility to take up all the awareness programs. So, as I said, that the inequality is noticed from the history. And especially India, if we observe, it is a patriotic country. Gods are dominated, and we see that gods are playing a vital role, and the men of India adopting their traits, their characters, and feel they are the descendants that of God. We have every nature and character of God, so we can be like a God, we can act like a God, we can suppress women. So this is the attitude we noticed. So I don't say every man is of that sort. We have a very live example, Dr. Raja Rao, who is supporting all the women, and he is making every woman of every nation to be joined together and celebrate this Women Week in a grandeur. So I appreciate such kind of men who support women. But there are a number of men, especially the male dominant, because of that inequality, discrimination right from house to organizations, domestic region to organization. We find the inequality in every area, in every field, I can say, every aspect of our life, we notice the discrimination. So we need to be empowered. This is the time for us, as we are noticing this women celebrations, International Women Day celebrations is like a fever. Everyone are catching up and celebrating. But what I feel is good, celebrating Women's Day is fine. But we have to understand why we are celebrating, what we have achieved. Yes, some part we have achieved. Most of the women who are empowered and they are running their organization, many of the women are educators, entrepreneurs, life coach. So in their fields, they are reached the pinnacle. But so who reach the pinnacle, it is our responsibility to support the women who are oppressed. So this inequality has to be erased. I can't say within fraction of time we are going to erase. We cannot erase, but it takes time. But we women, who are empowered, when we support the girl, children, and women who are deprived, oppressed, and underprivileged, who are not enjoying the comforts, if we make them understand the importance of empowerment, how a woman or girl, children empowered, they can bring a great life to the nature, so to the nations. So this is what I always feel. So I humbly request all the eminent speakers, guest speakers, and eminent educators, entrepreneurs, whoever gathered here, please help the girl, children, and women who are not enjoying the equality. Still, that inequality is continuing. So if we raise our voice and let the world hear our voice and we make them heard, definitely we can make the SDG 5 powerful and see that not only 2030, before that only we can accomplish. Thank you very much. I invite all the eminent speakers, make this day a wonderful day. Kindly give us good insights, inputs, values, your opinion. We definitely consider. We value your opinion and see that we implement effectively, efficiently, and make our gender more powerful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Caroline. May I now move on to our next speaker from Greece? She is Dr. Rania Lempo. She's been a global educationist, and let's hear it from her. Welcome, Rania.
Greetings from Greece. Thank you very much for your kind invitation. Very, very honored, very happy to be here today in this wonderful event about women, the National Women's Day tomorrow. It's a great opportunity to celebrate women, but also to highlight issues related to women's empowerment and gender equality as components of social justice and as engines for economic growth. So gender equality and sustainable development are closely related according to the SDG 5 of UN Agenda, and the challenges of building pathways to sustainability and enhancing women's empowerment are both urgent. Why? Because there are moral, ethical, and practical reasons why women's empowerment must be integral to sustainable development. First of all, it's a moral and ethical imperative because building more equitable gender relations that support human rights, dignity, and capabilities of women, intersected by differences of age, of race, or sexuality, is a central requirement of an ethical world order. And also, given the fact that women suffer most from environmental, climatic, and economic shocks and stresses, undermining their vital roles in sustaining their families and communities, that means that we need new patterns, new plans, in order to help them not to become victims anymore. And the most important is the need, of course, on to build on women's agency. So attention to gender offer routes to improve resource productivity and efficiency, to enhance ecosystem conservation and sustainable use, and to build, of course, a more sustainable world. So we needed to reimagine a sustainable world in which gender equality is a key element and provide powerful tools to enable such transformation. So unfortunately, today we live still in a world of growing inequality with worsening predictions on how long it is going to take to close the gender gap. Because according to the World Fair Trade Organization, it's going to take probably another 100 years to close the economic and political gender gap. So it's important to achieve a gender equality guaranteeing the full implementation of existing human rights agreements, including the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, the Beijing Platform for Action, the Cairo Program for Action, the UN Conference on Sustainable Development, and all agreed conclusions. So that means that state and non-state actors, including the national institutions, must respect the fundamental rights principles of universality, indivisibility, interdependence, participation, accountability, equality, and non-discrimination. So states must ensure the progressive realization of human rights for all by using the maximum of their available resources. Still today, women make up 23% of the world of parliamentarians. They hold only 12% of board positions in business around the world and 9% of CEO positions. Therefore, women need empowerment. It is widely recognized that what is empowerment is actually a multidimensional process encompassing changes in the political, social, economic spheres of life, and that these different dimensions of empowerment are closely related. So that the significant changes in one dimension is likely to generate changes in others. So women's economic empowerment relates to the enhancement of the women's capacity for strategic choice and agency in the sphere of the economy, and to the possibilities that this opens up for change in other spheres of their lives. And why of this? Because first of all, gender inequalities in the division of labor between paid and unpaid work, we'll know about this. Women's primary responsibility for unpaid care work within the home, all the associated inequalities in access to valuable resources and opportunities are at the core of women's subordinate status in society. And all these inequalities leave women dependent on the male provision for themselves and their children. And also this disadvantaged status reinforces women's lack of strategic agency. So the economic empowerment of women is a matter, of course, of social justice and human rights, critical for human development, and of course for poverty reduction. Very important, I forgot to say that knowledge is an important component of empowerment. Why? Because there are still many women in the world who lack the necessary knowledge that enables them to defend the workplace rights. For instance, there are many women that do not know that there are organizations such as the International Labour Organization that has issued recommendations for governments and trying to protect the rights of working people, especially women. Why empowerment is important? Because still women remain less likely to participate in the labor market. They're more likely to be unemployed than men. They're less paid than men. They're less likely to be entrepreneurs. There is also violence and harassment in the world of workplace. We'll know about that. Women are still less likely to have access to self-protection. And of course, we'll know about the digital divide, which is a gender divide. So women's empowerment is central to realizing women's right, gender equality. This is a key to achieving the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. When more women work, economies grow, and also this contributes to a more inclusive economic growth. And of course, this is good for business. Of course, I forgot to say that another group of women that needs special protection are women with disabilities and immigrant women. So nowadays, of course, women have proven that they become leaders too, because the role of women in today's business is very important. Women can leverage their natural intuition and communication skills in order to create a lot of win-win situations in their groups. So interactive leadership is one of the characteristics of male-female executives, because women can encourage participation, facilitate inclusion, sharing power and information, and in this way they enhance the self-esteem of others and inspire enthusiasm about their work. Countries with high rates of business creation are those who business creation is similar among women and men. Women leaders will paint and shape the future. Women are, according all to recent research, women are able to make wise decisions as leaders, because this helps them help the team environment less authoritative and more cooperative. Women demonstrate the superior leadership values. And also, as I said before, communication is said to be as a woman's strongest skill. And of course, don't forget that diversity in the workplace should not prioritize only women, but instead a combination of both genders. We should not try to compete men, but we should try to cooperate with them, not compete with them. Because workplace gender diversity helps increase productivity, creativity, improves performance, and boosts collaborations. Women have all these new fresh outlooks and perspectives, are those who will bring skills, innovative ideas, and they can help to provide better mentorship. Of course, our greatest ability is that we can wear many hats. There are women who often balance careers, household, to take up all this guidance, all these burdens. And let's not forget that in the COVID pandemic, according to all recent data, women were mostly hit. They experienced increased violence and health-related socioeconomic risks, such as food insecurity and interpersonal violence. And all these situations were associated with alarmingly high rates of mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, burnout. Women are more likely than men, twice as men, to experience this kind of mental health. And also, mental health, don't forget, is a serious concern for all women who strive to be at the top of the game. So we need to create a more sustainable workplace environment. Companies should take into consideration how to make work more sustainable, how to reset norms about flexibility about the women workers, how to take steps to minimize bias regarding female leadership, adjust policies and programs to better support women employees. Before concluding, I want to say that what I'm trying to do as educator, I'm fighting for the equality between women and men in the field of natural sciences. So I'm trying to encourage women and girls in STEM to orientate them towards science-related career. So I'm organizing many events and with my students, many radio broadcasts about the women's science and many other events and conferences in order to encourage girls in STEM. And also recently I have designed, implemented in Nigeria a project which is called Gender-Based Values, Why Peace is a Much Better Option. It has started to be implemented in Nigeria with great success. And there I'm trying to combine STEM education with gender-based values awareness to students who really suffer from all these conflict-related situations, especially gender-related situations. So before concluding, I want to say that behind the success of every woman is herself. Why? Because success should not lie in external criteria or what other thinks about us. Women don't need to be approved by others. Success should lie in our own power and strength, in our internal criteria, and we should be the voice of our own happiness. Thank you very much, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you so much for your fantastic views. What a wonderful start to this session. And we have a total of 14 speakers. So now I should have told that in the beginning itself, but of course, with that wonderful start, let's just restrict that to the 3 minutes per speaker. So moving on to next, may I invite the academician and researcher, Dr. Indrapreet Kaur. Over to you, doctor, and you can introduce yourself furthermore if that if I have brief in 2 words.
Okay, thank you, Deepa, for inviting me here. I would like to thank Dr. Raja Raoji for introducing me to among all the esteemed ladies, women of power, and my special thanks to Dr. Caroline for organizing this event for focusing on the empowerment of the women of the day, women of the era. So the title selected by you, ma'am, is SDG 5, Achieve Gender Equality and Empower Our Women Girls. As we know, the theme for International Women's Day 2022 is Break the Bias. So we have to break the bias against gender inequality and focus our voice for empowering the women. Women empowerment is made up of two words, women and empowerment. As the dictionary meaning of empowerment means to give power, authority to someone, and that someone in this code is the woman. So, woman empowerment means power in the hands of women. So, it creates the process to create power in the woman to live a happy and respectable life in the society. Women are empowered when they are able to access the opportunities and a variety of fields, such as in education, in profession, in lifestyle, etc., without any limitations and restrictions. It also includes raising their status through education awareness, as very rightly Caroline ma'am has said that most of the ladies and students, girls they are unaware of their rights. They are unaware of their rights. So women empowerment is most crucial point for overall development of a country. History says that women are ill-treated. In India, there are early sati pratha in the ancient times to the girl child abortion in the present scenario. Women continue facing such violences. Even in our holy book of Sikhism, our religion, our God, strongly believes in women empowerment. There is one sloka, Sokyo Manda Akyajit Jamme Rajan. It means we should not ill treat the woman who has given the birth to a king. So this is our holy book. But this male dominating word has transformed the meaning in their own way, in their own convenience. As per his convenience, he has given the right to take care of the household and his family. But where is the right to dream of a woman? Where is the right to dream of a wife? Where is the right to dream of a girl? So empowerment word is going to fit in this male dominating word in a very flexible manner. But what actually SDG 5 says that women and girls everywhere must have equal rights and opportunity to be able to live free of violence and discrimination. We have no, total of 17 sustainable development goals, but also integral to all the dimensions of inclusive and sustainable development. This SDG 5 is the main area, the epicenter of all the 17 sustainable development goals. Before achieving this goal 5, we are unable to achieve all the 17 goals. So this is the main focus point of women empowerment, women education is the main core area, the pitch factor of the SDG 17. Gender equality by 2030 requires urgent action to eliminate many root causes of discrimination. For instance, discriminatory laws need to change, yet 49 countries still lack laws protecting women from domestic violence, while 39 bar equal heritage rights for daughters and sons. Eliminating gender-based violence is a priority, and given that this is one of the most pervasive human rights violation in the world today. Based on the data from 87 countries, 1 in the 5 and girls under age of 50 will have experienced either physical or sexual violence by an intimate partner within a level for last 12 months. So, as we know, there are the different targets are there, like starting from home, like we have in our Indian culture, we are living in the joint family. The girl has to supposed to live after marriage with the extended family of her husband. So, starting from the mother-in-law to the boss in the working environment, paradigm shift of thought is required, and only then we can achieve this goal, SDG 5, and we can give a better place to live to us, to each and every woman, to each and every girl on this globe. Let's move together to achieve this mission of dream with a vision to accomplish this dream. So we have to ensure that each woman should get the proper education, minimum of primary level, so that all forms of discrimination can be removed to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls in public and private spheres, eliminate all harmful practices such as child, early, or forced marriage, recognize and value unpaid care and domestic work through the provision of public service, and similarly enhance the use of technology for technology, enabling the technology for the students, assessment of that technology to the women or the girl students in a school or in a college, adopt and strengthen the sound policies. In this era of brain technology, to conclude my views on this topic, in this era of green technology, we already have started to break the ice, starting from non-conventional energy sources to the shifted from conventional energy sources to the non-conventional energy sources. And fascinating fact about the color green is that it lies because energy, the green energy or the wind or solar energy, that green color, the most interesting fact about that green color is that it lies between blue and yellow in the visible spectrum. And when we combine blue and yellow, we will get the green color. And similarly, this is the time where we can now transform our thinking of that women, they are so emotional, women are not assertive. So we have to change our mindset as women as queen, who just like color green protects the workplace with her love, build the trust of the teammates with her emotions, standing between management and staff with affirmation, just as the green color is between blue and yellow. So we must empower women so as to bridge a gap between male dominating factor and between family and the workplace. So let's make the work atmosphere better by key is giving or providing the education opportunity to the women. O is the opportunity to explore the world, and A is for giving the awareness about her rights, about her policies, about the features which she can assess for completing or for accomplishing her dream. So let's start empowerment. Start this empowerment work from now in on this moment from one itself. So we have to empower. We have to trust first ourselves. So we have to respect, love, and value ourselves. Only then we can value all the women on this globe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kaur. And I really love the analogy of green color that you have mentioned. Thank you. Thank you so much. May I now invite USA Global Icon, our next speaker, Dr. Smiley Mukta. Dr. Smiley Mukta, welcome to our session today.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, good. So nice to see you.
Yes, good to see everyone. Thanks. Well, it's such a beautiful topic. I can go on and on, but I see, many eminent speakers are here. I would just keep it very, very crisp and short. I only believe one thing.